Hello Gaudi class and welcome to Maths today. We're going to start with 5 minutes timed arithmetic. So what I'd like you to do is pause the video, set your timer for 5 minutes, answer as many questions as you can, and both the extensions today could go on for a very, very long time, and then come back to me after the 5 minutes. If you want to take longer to investigate the extensions and do as much as you can, then you can do that. But just remember that's not our lesson for today. So please don't spend your time doing that and then not have time to actually do what we need to learn today. So you could leave that for another time, just when you're off the computer or for the end of this lesson. So just 5 minutes and then come back to me and we'll go through the answer. Let's start with challenge 1 then. 6 add 4. Now, you should be able to look at that and say, oh, I know that is 10, because that's a number bond to 10. But if you didn't look at it and go, yes, then you can use your fingers, 6, add 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to make 10. Or you can use your ruler. And if you start at 6 and then you add your 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you get to 10. There are different ways to do it. 14 take away 3. Again, we can do it in our heads. We put the 14 in our heads, 3 on our fingers. Remember, we're taking away, so 14, 13, 12, 11. Again, you could have used a ruler. Excuse me. You could have used a ruler. Remember, you're taking away, so your number is going to get smaller. So if you start on 14 and you take away 3, 1, 2, 3, you get to 11. 21, add 5. I'm going to do this one in my head, 21 in my head, 5 on my fingers, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And the extension I am going to do with you on my board. So I'm going to hope you can see my board. Now, we've been doing adding, and I've been showing you how you move cubes or counters from one pile to another. Takeaway is slightly more complicated than that. But there is a trick for doing it in the same way as there was for the adding. So I'm going to show you. What we want is we want to have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's our answer. I'm going to put those in a box. And we are not touching anything that's inside that box. That box is not allowed to be moved or touched. That is our answer. So at the moment, we've got nothing outside our box. So if we had 10, we started with 10, we take away nothing, we are still going to have the 10 that is in our box. We always want to have that 10 in our box. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to add 1 to the outside of our box. So we've now got 10, 11. So we've got 11. And if we take away that 1 that we've just added to the outside of our box, I'm going to rub it out, but then I'll put it back on again in a second. So if we take that 1 away, we've taken away 1. We have still got the 10 inside the box. I'll put that one back. So if we had 11 and we took away that 1, covered that one up, we would still have this 10 inside the box. So if we put another one outside the box, we have now got 10, 11, 12 all together. If we take away the 2 that we've put outside the box, we've still got the 10 inside the box. So for takeaway, instead of moving from one pile to another, what you need to do is you need to make sure that you've always got your answer in one pile. So that's our pile. And then you can add anything to the pile next to it. So we could, if we wanted to, add 5 to that pile there. You can't, I'm just going to move my board over slightly because you can't see that. So we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have 15. We take away, oops, my one's not showing. We take away the ones we've got outside the box, so that's the 5, and we're left with what's inside the box, which is 10. So I'm going to show you that for the next few days when we have takeaway, but that's the best way to think about it. Put your 10 into a pile, or put your answer into a pile, and make another pile outside. As long as you always have that one pile, you take away what you've added. So let's go on to challenge 2. 42 add 16. So I've got a number bigger than 5. I'm going to use my tens and ones chart. 42, add 16. Add my ones together first. 2 add 6 is 6, 7, 8. And 4 add 1 is 5. So I could have done that one without my tens and ones chart because I didn't have to carry anything over and put anything underneath. But because it's got a big number, I just like to use my tens and ones to help me. 7 lots of 5. So I'm going to count in 5s because it's lots of 5s and I need 7 of them. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 8 add something equals 26. And I know that it says it's an add question, but it's not. It's a takeaway because I'm trying to find the answer. So I could add on from 8 till 26, but I'm going to run out of fingers. So I'm going to get to 18, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and still have to go 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it the other way around, and I'm going to do it as a takeaway. It is 26, and I'm going to take away 8. 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. And again, I could have used my ruler for that. So I could have started on the 26, and I could have taken away the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or I could have started on the 8 and counted on until I got to 26. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Doesn't matter which way around you do it, as long as you get the answer right. I haven't done today's extension, so I haven't got sheets and sheets of paper to show you, but I'm just going to do a few. So I'm going to do 49, add 0, because that's always my favourite one to start with. And what I'm going to do to be super cheeky today is I'm just going to move those numbers around. So I'm going to have a 0 there and a 49 there and a 0 there. And that's still going to equal 49. And I can even do it 0 plus 0 plus 49. All because I'm using the fact that addition is commutative. It can be done in any order. I'm going to not be so cheeky. I'm going to do 40, let's do 42. So if I've got 42 already, then I need 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, another 7 to get to 49. So 7 could be 1 add 6, or 7 could be 2 add 5, or I'm going to do this one over here, 7 could be 3 add 4. So just by choosing which number I want first, and then working out how many more I need to get to the total and finding different ways just to make that part of it. But you could use the method I showed you yesterday where you actually go down, so you do 49, then 48, then 47. Totally up to you. Lots and lots of ways. Let's move on to today's lesson. So we're going to be looking at arrays and multiplication sentences. We're going to be doing it the other way around today. So very quickly, just turn to someone in the room or shout at me on the screen, what's an array? So an array is a picture in numbers, in rows and columns. It's just a picture. So this is an array. So what 2 multiplication sentences can we make from that array? So what we could do is we can count our rows first. So we've got 1, that's very 2 rows. And we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots in each row. So we have got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 all together. And I'm going to then, I know what I've just done. So let's get rid of that. And then let's try that. Trying to work out my number up, it's not working. Let's just write those 2 bits out. And go back to my pen. And then we can do the columns. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, and we have got 1, 2 cubes in every column. And this time we go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Didn't need to work that out because we knew the answer already from having done the first one. But I just wanted to check that I got it right. Right, so what I'd like you to do, and I'm going to go through it with you in a second, is just pause the video and work out what arrays you can make from this, and then I'm going to confuse you. So if you count the rows, we've got 2 rows, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in each row. Well, that's the same as we just had in the other one. So we've got, oops, not 16, Mrs. Gabella, what are you talking about? 12. Or we could count, I'm just going, oops, sorry. Just going to go, Mrs. Gabella, what are you doing today? Right, let's try this one. We could count the columns, and again, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. So we know we have got 6 times, and we've got 2 in each column. So we've got 12. Oh, my handwriting is really horrible today. Right, I'm going to show you something confusing. If you don't want to see something confusing, then just skip forward to the apples on the next screen. Right, I'm going to show you how you can make a different array with this. And all I'm going to do is, oops, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take those pairs here and I'm going to move them over here. Okay. And so what I've done is I've made quite a complicated array. So what I've got here, let's do it, if we do it in rows, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows now. And I've got 3 in each row, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I have got 1, 2, I've still got 12, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I said that like I was surprised. I haven't got rid of any pairs. This is good. I don't know what I'm doing today. So I could make that 4 rows with 3 in each. I'm going to just make it even more. So you can move an array, you can split an array into different parts. What you can't do is change it. You can't suddenly say, okay, I think I'm going to move these pairs somewhere different. So what I'm going to try and do is show you again. I'm just splitting my array. And what I have got here is, I'll get my pen back. Let's have a look at how many rows I've got now. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, and I've got 2 in each row. So I've got something that looks like this again. If that was complicated, ignore it and just go back to what it was at the beginning. So it's just a way of showing you what else you can do with arrays. Right, so pause the video again and have a look at the arrays, the multiplication sentences that go with that array. And this is going to depend on whether or not you went through the tricky part with me before. So again, you can just do the ones that you can see. If you watched me splitting the oranges up, then you can do the same for the apples. Pears up, you can do the same for the apples. Let's have a look. So we have got 1, 2, 3 rows here. And in each row, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 apples. So altogether, we have got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 apples. Okay. We can do it. Well, I've done the same thing again. What did I just do? Obviously hit the wrong button. Yeah, I've just taken the top of the numbers. That wasn't correct. 3 times 18. Let's do it in our columns. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have got 6 columns. and we have got 1, 2, 3 in each column, and we know that we have still got 18 apples. So we can see all we've done is swap our numbers around. So we had 3 times 6 here, and now we've got 6 times 3. Again, I'm going to show you a more complicated array. If you don't want to do that, skip forward to the question on the next slide. If you're sticking with me, then that. Trying to be more delicate that time, but I think I've still messed up. So what I'm going to do is, oops, I don't want the apple. Beyond that, I'm going to move that one right over here, and I'm going to move that one over here. Right. So I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows, and I have got 2 in each row. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I'm going to show you something really, really complicated right now. Just because I love maths and I like exploring maths, you don't have to know this. This is not year 2 work. So I'm going to show it to you, and then if you want to, you can learn it. And if you don't want to, you can just totally ignore me. And like I said, skip through this part to the next screen. What you can do is you can split these into 3 different arrays. So if you take this one here, you've got 3 rows. I'm actually going to rub out what I've got along the bottom here because I want the space. So here I've got 3 rows of 2, 3 rows, and there's 2 in each row. And here I've got 3 rows of 2. And here I've got 3 rows of 2. This array, add this array, add this array, is going to give me my total, which was 18 apples. So 3 times 2, add 3 times 2, add 3 times 2 equals 18. I'm going to show you that. A way of doing this. Like I said, this is not something you need to be able to do. It's just a bit of fun. And if I was at school, I would definitely be showing you this because you know how I like to show you exciting things that maths can do. I like exploring maths. Right, let's have a look at this one here. And we're going to do it the same way as we did. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change my pen colour. Let's have blue. Let's have blue. Because what I don't want it to get confused with the purple one, but I don't want to get rid of the purple one. So we now have 1, 2, 3 rows here. We have 3 rows here. And we have 3 in each row. And we have the same here. We've got 3 rows here. And we've got 3 in each row. And we can, but if we add this array and this array together, so if we do 3 times 3, add 3 times 3, we still get 18. Okay, so let's draw arrays. And we're just going to draw basic arrays for this one. So 3 times 5. So 3 across. And we're going to do that 5 times. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. So I have got 3 rows. No, I've got 3 columns, haven't I? 1, 2, 3. And I've got 5 in each column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've done 3 columns and 5 rows. I could have done 3 rows and put 5 in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that row. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that row. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that row. That one was more natural for me to do, but it doesn't matter which way around you do it because I've either got 3 rows, 3 columns with 5 in a column, or 3 rows with 5 in a row. So those are my arrays for that multiplication sentence. 6 times 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 lots of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have got again 6 columns and 2 rows, 2 in each column. Or I could do my 6 rows, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It doesn't matter whether you do your columns first or your rows first, as long as in one direction you've got 3. So I've got 3 there, or in this one, 6 there or 6 there, and the other number, the 5 or the 2 in the other direction. So I've got 5, 5, 2, 2. So it doesn't matter whether you choose your rows or your columns, as long as one of them is the one number and the other is the other number. And then let's actually find out the answers. So I'm going to do this one, 5, 10, 15. And with this one, I'm going to do my 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Right, let's have another go then. Pause the video, see if you can try these ones. 7 times 2 array or a 3 times 8 array. 7 times 2, so I'm going to do 7 lots of 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got 7 lots of 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Or I could have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the next one, 3 times 8. So again, I can have 3 in one direction. And I think I'm going to have to go with the 8 in this direction because I don't think I've got the space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I need to do that 3 times. I'm trying very hard to line up my dots. If you've got square paper, this is much easier. If you've got lined paper, you can turn it on its side to make your columns. That also helps. Right, so hopefully I've got, that's not very well lined up, Mrs. Gabella. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I've got that 3 times. So I've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And I'll do it on the other way over here. So I have got 1 lot of 3, 2 lots of 3, 3 lots of 3, 4 lots of 3, 5 lots of 3, 6 lots of 3, 7 lots of 3, and 8 lots of 3. Again, not beautifully lined up. This paper tummy. Okay, right. So 2 times 4. Let's go. I decided you didn't need to see me watch drawing. So here we have got 4 across and 2 down. So 2, 4, 6, 8. And here we have got 2 across and 4 down. 2, 4, 6, 8, or 4, 8. So here we've got 2 columns, 4 rows, and here we've got 2 rows and 4 columns. And on this one here, we've got 10 rows. 1, 2, no, we haven't. We've got 10 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 columns, and 2 in each column. So we have got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And on this one, we've got the 2 columns and 10 in each column. So we've got it the other way around. Your turn. So challenge 1. You've got 2 questions. So can you draw an array that shows you 2 times 6? And if you want to challenge yourself, you could do both. You could do your 2 times 6 and you could then turn it so it's your 6 times 2. And the second one is 8 times 2. And again, you could turn it to make 2 times 8. So that's challenge 1. Those are your 2 to do. Challenge 2, you've then got 3 times 8, an array that shows 3 times 8. And again, you can turn it so it's 8 times 3. And the next one is 10 times 3. And turn it so it's 3 times 10. And challenge 3, can you show an array that shows 12 times 3? And again, you could turn it so it's 3 times 12. And 4 times 5. And again, turn it so it's 5 times 4. The extension today is a real brain teaser. So this is part of an array, and the rest of the array is hidden behind the board here. And I can't move it. It's not a screen. I can show you the answer. You've got to think. The total is less than 16. So if you think about how many columns you've got, we don't know how many columns you've got, but you know that there are 2 in each column. So something times 2 is less than 16. So this can't be 16. It's got to be smaller than 16. What could your array be? And there's more than one answer, so see if you can find all the answers. So there's got to be something hidden behind that screen. So you can't just say 2 times 3 is 6. There's got to be something hidden. So you could start by just drawing one more column and saying, okay, so now I've got 4 columns, so 4 times 2 is 8. That is one of the answers. There are more answers. I look forward to seeing those on Tapestry. And I'll see you for the next lesson.